Back to our normal day's discussion. What were you guys saying?
Oh, she meets him, and they're about
He's
to.
he's through with her though. He is through with her. He's like, I'm tired of being used.
Yeah.
I'm so tired of being used.
The
She was
Asian
just
guy?
over.
No.
What?
Her first love.
The New York Times guy. Yeah, her first love, who they could have had this life together, right? That's what you're talking about, Phil.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And she just calls him when things are in the dumps and when she's feeling like, you know what, I want to trade in my life. Well, you can't just do that, Reese. Happy, Karen. You can't just do that, Karen.
So what do you guys rate it? What do you guys think?
Wait, hold on. Can I say something? What character made you the maddest of all? Because I have a thought on it.
Oh shit. Damn.
Honestly, to really think about it, if I'm really gonna go into it, Karen was just being a Karen. You know what I'm saying? And a Karen can't necessarily help but be a Karen. And what are the traits of a Karen? Nosy, getting into somebody's business, wanting to call the police on people, and specifically black people. So like what we're realizing is you can't help a Karen being Karen. And once you're on a Karen's radar, she's got you in her sight. That's why when you're holding the camera on Karen's face when she's calling the police on you for having a barbecue, Karen don't leave. Karen don't realize, oh no, I'm about to be on TV and they're about to make me look like a racist. Karen stands her ground and Karen feels like she's right. Karen doesn't understand that she's wrong. So how can you be mad at a Karen being a Karen? That's being mad at a turtle being a turtle. You know what I'm saying? So Kerry Washington absolutely made me the angriest because that black woman is stupid. Because it's like, first of all, you stealing babies. All right, but now you realize a Karen is on you. It's 1990. We know that Karens exist. So this isn't like, oh, it was before Karens were. No. And she's been on to the fact that Karen had her sights on her. So the fact that she caused problems for Karen when Karen was already looking for problems, it was like, why that baby? Why in that town? Go find another baby to rescue. What are you doing?
She was trying to like turn the beat around on the situation. I mean, I was about to make a George Benson reference. She's about to turn your love around. She was really trying to do that because she felt guilty in her heart about what happened with her own child, who wasn't biologically her child, but who, of course, is her child. She raised it, but then she was trying to make it right with this other situation that was so not her business. The Asian lady was trying to move on from it, obviously struggling. It was just, I don't know, like even me giving my opinion on it is not even correct. Like if it was like a real situation, because everybody does the best they can, I understand that. But the person who made me the maddest was the white girl who was in the interracial relationship and who penned the college entrance paper or whatever using Harry's daughter's story. She was maybe even more aware. Well, maybe she wasn't. Maybe she didn't stand a chance, and maybe that's what they were trying to show us. Because you can become a product of your environment. She wanted to be like her mother. She just didn't see that using people was the problem, and that you can't just put on somebody's story.
Right.
Yeah. So you think the little girl was the most problematic?
She personally made me feel inflamed and a little upset. You know, everybody's just doing the best that they can, given the information that they have and like, you know, the reality that they're in. But it was really interesting kind of seeing them. You know what? I was most mad at her because he was a nice person. She could have told him she was pregnant. That was dumb to me.
Yeah.
Telling him you're pregnant. Don't go through this alone. Why are you going to Carrie? That was weird.
That was weird.
Tell your boyfriend, who you just lost your virginity to, that you're pregnant.
They always do in movies how it's like the day after when she finds out she's pregnant and she's driving in the car, and then they start asking questions like, oh, well, what would happen if we had a baby? And then they're like,
That
oh
would be
shit,
so bad, right?
my parents would kick my ass. I would die, literally. And then that gives the audience enough reason to be like, that's why she didn't say anything.
She couldn't tell him.
She couldn't
Well,
tell
guess
him
what?
because.
Yeah. No! You know, like, come on, kids. If you don't want to have kids, don't let them fuck with you. Period. You friggin' idiot.
Don't let them do that.
Life lessons. That's all.
Don't let them do that.
And that's an easy one to remember. Okay. You
Yeah,
don't have to
that's
write
an
that
easy
down.
one to remember. That's right. You're right.
Yeah.
I have my character.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I gotta grab my charger. Keep going. Go ahead, Phil.
And I'm
Who made you the
conflicted.
most angry?
I'm conflicted about this because this character is also my favorite character. And
I like that. I like the
is
conflict.
Gonna be the dad. I am so angry at this man that he just didn't stop all this bullshit from the get-go, because he's had the eyes, the oversight the whole time. He could have said, hey, you're being crazy. She's a lesbian. Who the fuck cares? He's dating the other black girl. Like, can everyone just calm down? Can I smoke my cigarette in peace? That's what I wanted him to do from the get-go. But he didn't. And so that's why I'm going to say he may be the angriest.
He was walking the tightrope, man.
He could have stopped it. He could have stopped his house from being on fire, but he didn't.
He was like, you know what? He was trying.
You knew he wasn't running the household though, and he knew that.
I feel like the story started at the point where he's given up. Like, so like
Exactly.
we haven't seen him trying. We never saw him trying because the show opened at the point of him saying, you know what, fuck this.
I'm out.
So the entire character we had was the fuck this dad, not the I run my home, everyone's in order. Nah, bro.
I'm not insinuating that that's how it should be, but I'm saying it was clear whose house it was.
Right.
It was
Oh,
Reed.
Yeah. Oh, 100%.
Yeah, he was like, the house is disarray. I'm just going to go to work. You guys,
Yeah, exactly. I'm gonna make sure everybody
you guys
gets
enjoy.
So,
Exactly. I'll see you guys later.
I thought he would at least be having an affair, but nah, he was
That's
just really
right.
doing his job.
that man on all fronts.
Right.
I thought, yo, didn't y'all think in like the second episode or whatever where he came by to like help at Carrie's house?
I thought it was
Didn't you think
down.
something was like? I was like,
oh, they've been sitting on it the whole time.
Oh,
I
yeah.
was like, look at this. That's their baby together. And then I was like, but nope, that they didn't go that direction. They couldn't give me a little thrill.
No.
I thought I saw that coming, but no, we were wrong.
Let's what do you guys think? What's your scaling? I'm gonna give mine first so everybody has a reference point of where I'm working with. But so I'm gonna cut this down into two. I'm gonna say two things. So as a man, trash. As a man, just trash. But as a woman, for a woman,
Oh, you're doing the split vote.
without a woman, demographic, 4 out of 5. What's the show? Not How I Get Away with Murder. What's the show? No, it's 3 out of 5 Scandals. 3 out of 5 Scandals. It's not as good as Scandal, but because I watch Scandal sometimes. Like it's just like it makes me happy to see that. Yeah, 3 out of 5 Scandals for me.
Can we all do your male vote and your female vote? I think
Okay,
that's
sure.
Yeah, you can go next.
Okay, from a male perspective, I would probably say, 2 out of 5, because I think y'all are coming at it from your own perspective, but a lot of my gay male friends really enjoyed it. And also, I think that
Let's break it down from 3 perspectives.
Oh.
No. So if you're, and I think also like if you're quarantined with your girl or whatever, I think you might have a different perspective on it. Like I think if I talked to my male friends and they were like, and their girls were watching it, I think that they might have liked it more, like being adjacent to a woman who was experiencing it and like seeing it through her lens a little bit. But still not the most enjoyable thing y'all would watch, right? So I would say 2 out of 5. And then for women, but this is a problematic thing we're doing here too. This is 2020. Okay. However, I will say it's somewhere between a 3 out of 5 and a 4 out of 5 because I was engaged through the end. I did watch all 8 episodes. I was in my group chats about it. Me and my girls were like, oh my God, we can't wait till next week. And we actually enjoyed the fact that it was stretched out that way and that we couldn't binge it in the way that we're like used to binging things. We liked that, like we were like, oh, are you watching, tonight's episode Wednesday? Okay, let's talk about it afterwards. We were excited about that, especially in quarantine, because then we'd hop on a Zoom and talk about it.
No, yeah, I can see that. I feel that.
Yeah.
No, that was a very good, honest perspective. I that was good. Yeah. No, thank you. That was real. Phil, how does Phil feel?
So from my perspective, I'm gonna give it a 2.5. Okay, because what's her name? Witherspoon's part at the very end, with the shouting and the fire. Love the fire, love the shouting. But everything else is kind of, I felt like nothing ever happened, or anything ever happened. From a female perspective, I'm gonna give it a 3.6. 3.6. Oh, actually no, I'm sorry. I would give it a 3.6 Django Unchained because Kerry Washington.
Oh my God, the little fires everywhere. It's like, what, they mad? They gonna argue? Oh.
Damn! Oh, shit!
Yeah, nothing ever happens from their fights or anything. It's
you're mad at her? She still works at your house, though. Okay.
Yeah, like, all right, see you tomorrow. Like,
what?
But that's the thing, Joe. It's those microaggressions, and I think that is what the show is about. Microaggressions.
Yeah, a lot of passive aggression and like a lot of that for sure.
Yeah.
I give Little Fires Everywhere 2 out of 5 Euphorias.
Okay. Oh wait, so you didn't hear my Django thing, did you?
No, what'd you say?
I knew you were on the phone. I said 3.6 Django Unchained.
Wow.
I know.
See,
that's what I was looking for.
Because with Django, I wouldn't even say Carrie, but giving Little Fires Everywhere way too much credit, and I have a problem with that. So this is for your female side, right?
Yes.
Oh, this is your female side. Okay,
yes.
cool.
The male side was a cold 2.5 because I'm trying to be nice.
Wow, that was okay. I get it. And Joe, are you pretty final on where you stand? What did you say again?
I'm gonna say 3 out of 5.
3 out of 5 what?
3 out of 5.
So the way we do
lives.
No.
I like it.
3 out of 5 pretty. No. Okay, 3 out of 5 Pretty Little Lies. Then I think it would be 2 out of 5 Pretty Little Lies because you really like Pretty Little Lies, and you're putting this show on a very close scale to Pretty Little Lies. So you're saying out of.
I don't think so. I'm there. There's a 2 slot difference between Big Little Lies and Little Fires Everywhere. Yeah, I think that's fair because the show is not unengaging to me. I think 3 out of 5 versus 5 out of 5 is the vibe.
I like it. I think Reese Witherspoon needs to diversify her TV show name choices because they seem to be very close.
Yeah.
Little Lies.
Fires Lies.
Right.
But I mean, I get it.
Also, hold on, guys. I have to go because I have to catch this Erykah Badu, Jill Scott versus. But I have a question for y'all. How do you pronounce Elon Musk and Grimes' baby's name?
Shit, I don't even know.
Did you just go?
I don't even want to know. God.
But I think Erykah Badu's gonna win because when I was a little boy, Jill Scott kicked me out of backstage.
Oh shit!
Big man. Stand on.
Well, she was opening for my father, so it was fine. I didn't go anywhere. But still, yes, I was a little mad.
That's
As you can
insane.
see, as an older man, I carry that 12-year-old burden with me.
Still to this day.
Still to this day. So Jill Scott, if you see this, call me. Yes.
Let's get it figured out.
Let's work this out. I'm thinking you have your people call, or whichever you want, because you're still Jill Scott. But
Yeah.
still, you are mean to a little boy. Let's work that out.
Hit me up.
Anyway, I think that was a great show. I think we did great.
That was
Joe, do you have
awesome.
anything?
Thank you for being on.
Thank
That
you.
was so fun. I can't
Do
wait
you
to
have
see you
anything
guys
to
in
close?
person.
You got
Do I have
anything you
anything
want
to
to
close?
say,
I want
promote?
to say, oh yeah, I just released an album. It's called Good to Know. Why don't you go get that? It's definitely worth all your time, all your coin.
I
Stream
think so.
it because I found that streaming is actually better for me than
Then
buying it.
Straight.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
run up them streams, sleep with it, enjoy it, and it's more. There's more scandal and drama in it than in Little Fires Everywhere. I would say that.
100%.
Yeah, because I love it. Let's do it.
Guys, I can't wait to see how you edit this. This was mwah, chef's kiss.
Yo, we
That's
have so
good.
much. We have so much.
Oh, no,
It's
there's
gonna
a
be
lot.
really good.
Please bring me
we're
some
not
air
angry.
fried shrimp. I'm dead ass.
Oh my God. Okay, babe. I love you. I'll talk
Love
to you
you.
later.
Bye,
Bye,
guys.
guys.
See ya.
See you later.
Bye.